Hey you guys, and welcome to this practice. In this class today we're going to be doing a little fusion between mobility and yoga. This is actually my warm-up today for a practice that I'm going to be doing afterwards, so I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be doing it along with you. You don't need anything at all for your practice apart from your place to move in, and then when you're ready I'll meet you in a seat, and when you get there just close your eyes. Take a few moments. A few moments to ground, a few breaths to be grateful. A couple of moments just to arrive, to feel your body, to check in with yourself, how you feel today. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open and I'm going to meet you in tabletop position. So hands and knees, press your palms in towards the ground. Let there be a space between your fingers and then simply circle your shoulders over tops of your wrists a few times. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, in whatever direction feels good to you, because we're going to go in both directions. Switch directions if you haven't done so already. And when that starts to feel good, maybe you flip your fingertips to the outside edges of your mat, or maybe all the way back round towards your knees, or anywhere in between. Either way, continue warming up your wrists, breathing into your forearms, stretching out the palms of your hands, maybe the backs of your hands. Get a moment on the ground as well. And do whatever else you like to do here. Taking time to take care of our wrists before we put any weight through them. Right. When that feels good, flip your hands back round to their neutral orientation and then start to barrel roll their spine to the left like you are moving through cat-cows. So we're going to barrel roll the spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse the circles, barrel roll to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find center, drop the belly, lift the tail, crown of head to sky. Find a cow pose, maybe a softening of the elbows. Might feel nice. Take a breath in. Exhale, push them round and find your cat. Spine to ceiling. One more time on each of those. Inhale, open into your cow pose. Exhale, push them round into cat. On your next inhale, find center. Tuck the toes under, sit back towards the heels, shake out the wrists. And then from here, palms to ground, tabletop position. Roll your biceps forward, tuck the toes, float your knees and inch off the mat. Hold. And as you hold here, I want you to keep pressing firm out of your palms. I want you to feel your core igniting. I want you to feel your knees hovering an inch above the mat, and you can stay here or press into your left foot and float your right toes off the ground. Stay or rise up onto your left fingertips. Stay or float your left hand off the ground. Left hand, right toes return. Push into them. Float your left toes off the ground. Stay or rise up onto right fingertips. Stay or float your right hand off the ground. Right hand, left toes return, drop the knees. Start to sit the hips back towards the heels. Bring your fingertips to the ground out in front of you. Grip the earth with your toes and just simply start to floss your knees up and down a time or two. Just getting into the soles of the feet. Couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, come back into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, press into the palms and float the knees an inch off the mat. Once again, you can stay here or come along with me. Right toes float, rise up onto left fingertips, maybe left hand lifts. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Left hand and right toes return, push into them, float the left toes. Stay or float the right hand. Hold for 3, 2, 2, 1. Right hand, left toes return, drop the knees. Sit back towards the heels, fingertips to earth. Push your toes into the earth and then start to floss your knees again, up and down a few times. Just giving our little arms and shoulders a little break. And then from here, come back into your tabletop position, palms to ground, tuck the toes, float the knees off the ground. This time we're going to be threading a knee through to the other side. So what that will look like is you'll pick up your right toes in your left hand, you'll pivot your left heel down as you thread your right knee across to the left, return to center with control. Same, pick up left toes, right hand, thread your left knee across to the right as your right heel touches the ground, and then come back to center, and then switch. Center, switch, center, and I'm not going to count reps or tell you how fast to go, just keep going, keep moving. And the idea is you move smoothly, with control. You feel your body, you move at the pace that suits you. And we'll keep moving. This is time, not reps. We'll move for another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish the last one you're on. Drop the knees, tuck the toes, sit back towards the heels, lift the knees, drop the heels, forward fold. Breathe. Couple of breaths in your fold. Maybe you bring your fingertips to the ground and walk out the legs a time or two, bending and straightening. Something I like to do in my first forward fold of practice is to bend my knees, clasp my hands behind my head, and then almost, I call it the head banger, I start to kind of pulse my chest and my nose towards my legs. So if you're coming with me, we'll pulse, or you're in your fold, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find stillness wherever you are. And then when you're ready, crawl your hands out into downward facing dog. And as you get into your dog, pedal out, bend and straighten through the knees, shake your shoulders, move your hips around. And then from there, when you're ready, find a little stillness in your dog. Press firm out of your hands. And then from here, lift the heels high. With control, tap your knees towards the ground. Whether they land or not is irrelevant. Re-straightenish the legs, downward facing dog. And we'll do another 9. Tap, lift, 8, tap, lift, 7, tap, lift, 6, tap, lift, 5, tap, lift, 4, tap, lift, 3, tap, lift, 2, tap, lift, last one, tap the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, sweeps the right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, try to keep your front hip points pointing down towards the ground. Pull your right heel towards your butt and then start to take your right knee in 3 anti-clockwise circles. So you're circling the knee in towards the midline 3 times. Trying to let the movement come from the hip and then circle clockwise. So you're going the other way, 3 circles. Keep pressing into the palms. When you finish those, inhale, sweeps the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, the biggest circle you can find, right foot delivers all the way to the outside of the right hand. Hop up onto your fingertips, find a lizard pose, and then simply start to kind of circle your hips around a few times, letting the movement come from your hips if you can. Nice. And then when that feels good, plant your left hand down and then inhale, twist and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Strong out of your left hand, strong back left leg, take an inhale here. Exhale, right forearm weighs heavy towards the ground. As you get down nice and low, bend your left elbow. And then inhale, reach the right arm back up. You can do this with the back knee down, by the way. Exhale, right forearm weighs heavy. Inhale, reach back up. And again, exhale, right forearm weighs heavy. Inhale, twist open and reach. Exhale, right forearm weighs heavy. Inhale, twist open and reach. Beautiful job. Drop your left knee to the earth. Squeeze your left heel in towards your butt. Reach back to tap your left heel with your right hand. If they don't connect, it doesn't matter. I want you to pretend that they are connecting and reach. Left big toe to earth. Right forearm weighs heavy to the inside of your right leg. Inhale, reach right arm to sky. Squeeze left heel to butt. You tap or you reach. And then left big toe to earth. Right forearm weighs heavy to the ground. Inhale, one more time. Reach right arm up. Squeeze left heel to butt. You tap. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. On 1, square yourself off. Right hand to earth. Start to pull your hips back as you find a straightening right leg. And then start to bubble your way into your half split pose. Deep breath in. Big breath out. And then on your next inhale, pull forward into lizard. Exhale, sink your hips back, half splits. And then again, I'm going to leave you to move through this a few times. I'm not going to count. I'm not going to talk reps or tell you how fast or slow to go. We've all got completely different bodies. So breathe, sync the movement with your breath if you can. Feel the sensations that feel good to you in your body. Nice. And then the next time that you come forward, maybe you wiggle your right foot a little bit more middle. Inhale, sweeps the arms up towards the sky. Anjaneyasana. Find an opening through your front body. On your exhale, hands to heart, active half splits this time. See if you can pull your right hip back as you reach your heart forward. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky as you bend your right knee. Exhale, active half splits. Inhale, reach, low lunge. Exhale, pulls you back. Active half splits. One more time. Inhale, reach, low lunge. Hold for one more breath in. On your exhale, hands to floor out in front of you. Shift your weight into your right foot. Find half moon pose as you lift the back left leg. Right fingertips can support you on the ground. Lift from the outside of your left ankle. Allow a slight bend in your right knee to give you a little bit more support. Beautiful job. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch. Left hand's going to come down. You're going to bend your right knee and then you're going to sweep your right arm up towards the sky and find a revolved half moon. Beautiful. From this position, we're going to rise all the way up to stand. Find your balance. Woo. You can bring the left knee into chest if you wish. Just to go all the way back. Left hand to ground, right arm to sky, revolved half moon. And again, you rise up, left knee into chest if you want to. And then swing the left leg back, revolved half moon. And now I'm going to let you move through this. When you come to the top as the left knee pulls, and if you want to add a twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, feel free. And then cartwheel the arms as the left leg swings back into your revolved half moon. And then play around with this movement. You can do it with the right leg straight. You can do it with a soft bend in the right knee. Right? You can move considerably faster or slower than me. Just find a way to move and groove in a way that serves you today. Nice job. And then we'll move for another 3, 2. Find your balance. If you lose it, just laugh at yourself like I did. Come back. The next time that you find yourself in your revolved half moon-ish position, think warrior 2. Bend your right knee, step your left foot to the back of the mat. I'm just going to turn around so I can still see you guys. I'm still on the same leg as you. My right knee is bent. Warrior 2 just for a moment. And then straighten the right leg. Your right toes pivot to the long edge of the mat. Left toes pivot out. Skandasana. Sink down, but I want you to keep the sole of your right foot grounded. I want you to see if you can keep the entire sole of your left foot grounded, including your left heel. And then push off of your left foot, rise to stand. Pivot through the feet so that you can move into Skandasana on the right. So now the right toes point out on the diagonal. Get down nice and low. Drive into the right heel to lift back up. Pivot through the feet. Skandasana to the left. And then we'll do this again. Drive to stand. Pivot the right toes forward or in the diagonal. Sink down, Skandasana. Drive it back up to stand. Left toes pivot out. Skandasana to the left. Beautiful. rise back up. Last time here, pivot the right toes out, find Skandasana. Maybe this time, maybe if you have a little bit more range and you want to come down, you maybe turn your left toes up towards the sky, or you can stay here in this kind of like lifted Cossack squat variation, whichever feels best to you. And then when you're ready, you guys, plant the palms at the top of the mat, sweep your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps all the way over and behind for Wild Thing, come up Karasana, but let the hips come down first. I want you to pull your left heel in, adjust your hips as needed, press firm out of your left hand, and then inhale, lift the hips, punch your right arm up towards the sky. So it's like a Wild Thing, but more like a half wheel pose. Lower the hips. Exhale, lift the hips, punch the right arm up towards the sky, and then inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, lift the hips. Hold this one. Maybe your right arm reaches all the way up and overhead for 3, for 2, on 1. Close it off, you guys. Downward facing dog. Beautiful job. As you get into your downward facing dog, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Roll your spine all the way through high plank pose into modified upward facing dog, keeping the toes tucked, reaching the heart forward. Exhale, cruise it back into dog. And again, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Take a big spinal wave all the way through high plank. Hips weigh heavy towards the wrists as you pull your heart forward, up dog. Exhale, cruise it back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. So nice, you guys. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. See if you can keep both of your front hip points pointing down. Bend your left knee, squeeze your left heel in towards your butt, and then start to take these clockwise circles this time. So your left knee is going to move out and in towards the midline 3 times, circling around, trying to the best of your ability to isolate this movement just from your hip. And then when you've done 3 circles, go the other way. So this time is going to be anti-clockwise, circles as you circle the left knee out and round. When you finish, 3-legged dog, inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your left knee, biggest circle to deliver your left foot all the way to the outside of your left hand. Hop up onto your fingertips, finding your long lizard pose, and then start to circle and shimmy the hips around in a way that feels interesting to you, right? Going in both directions, moving from the hips if you can. When you've finished, plant your right hand, inhale, twist and reach, left arm all the way up towards the sky. Really press into your right thumb and get long behind the back of your right knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, left forearm weighs heavy as you get down nice and low. Bend your right elbow. Inhale, twist and reach the left arm up. Exhale, drop it down low. Inhale, twist and reach. Exhale, drop it down low. Inhale, twist and reach. Exhale, drop it down low. Inhale, twist and reach your left arm up towards the sky. Drop your right knee to the ground. Reach your left arm back behind you. Squeeze your right heel in towards your butt. Maybe you tap fingers to heel. Maybe you reach. And then drop right toes to earth. Left forearm weighs heavy to the inside of your left leg. And then inhale, twist left arm to sky. Squeeze right heel to butt. Reach back, tap or reach. And then release that out. Left forearm to earth, right big toe to earth. One more time. Inhale, reach left arm to sky. Squeeze right heel to butt, reach back. See if you can tap this one. We hold. Really squeeze it in. Hold for 3, 2, on 1. Let that go. Right toe lands. Left hand comes back to the earth. Push your hips back into some variation of half splits. And then start to floss forwards and back through lizard and half split pose. I want you to feel your own body, right? This is your class, this is your warm-up, your movement practice. So do as many as feels good to you. And then the next time that you find yourself in lizard, heel toe your left foot middle, and then with an inhale, we'll reach our arms up towards the sky, finding low lunge variation, Anjaneyasana, active into your back right foot. And then on your exhale, hands find heart center, pull your hips back, active half splits as your heart reaches forward. Inhale, low lunge, left knee bends, arms reach. Exhale, active half splits, left hip pulls back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, pulls it back. Beautiful. From here, reach the arms back up towards the sky, find a low lunge. Exhale, left hand reaches forward, or both hands can reach forward. Think half moon. So shift your weight into your left foot, drag your back right foot until eventually it floats away from the ground. You defy gravity. Get as long as you can from your left hip to your left earlobe. Keep lifting from your right ankle. And then from here, we're going to switch hands. Soften the left knee, roll your right hip down, right hand to earth, left arm to sky, finding revolved half moon. I always find a bend in the standing leg knee really helpful here. And then when you're ready, we're going to rise all the way up to stand. Right knee into chest if you want to. And then just to swing it all the way back into revolved half moon. And then again, I'm going to let you do this at your own pace, your own speed, so that you can truly tune in and feel your body and give it what it needs today. Maybe at the top you add that twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Cartwheel through the arms, giving yourself a little balance challenge at the same time, all the way back into your variation of revolved half moon. Remember, you can always touch a toe down if you need to. Breathe. Play around with doing this with a straight left leg, with a bent left leg. Woo. Nice job, you guys. And the next time that you find yourself in revolved half moon, you pause. Think warrior two, bend your left knee, right foot to back of mat. I'm just going to switch sides so you guys aren't looking at my back. And then warrior two is a transitional pose today. Straighten the left leg, let the left toes pivot long edge of mat, pivot the right toes out, find your depth, Skandasana. Try to keep your right heel down if you can for this variation. Try to keep the sole of the left foot planted to the earth. Drive into your right foot to rise to stand, to pivot through the feet to move to Skandasana into the left. Strong active legs. Drive into the left heel to rise, pivot through the feet and find your Skandasana to the right. Drive into right foot to rise, pivot the feet, Skandasana to the left. One more switch. You rise, pivot through the feet, Skandasana to the right. Drive into your right foot, left toes pivot out, Skandasana to your left. Now here, if you want a little bit more, you can pivot your right toes up towards the sky. You can reach your arms forward, you can sink down nice and low. Feel long into the inner lining of your right leg. Take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, you guys plant the palms top of the mat, sweep the left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And then turn this into your wild thing, Kamakkarasana, left foot steps over and behind, but bring your hips down to the ground first so you can adjust the right foot in. And then inhale, lift the hips. Punch the left arm up towards the sky. Lower the hips. Lift the hips, punch the left arm up towards the sky. Really drive into your right hand. Lower the hips. Beautiful. Lift the hips, you guys. This is the last one. Really feel your right shoulder screwing into your back body. Squeeze your glutes. And then from there, you guys transition all the way back into downward facing dog. So nice. From your dog, you guys inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Take a big spinal wave all the way out into high plank, through high plank. Let the hips weigh heavy, upward facing dog. Exhale brings you back. Downward facing dog. Again, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. A big old wave of the spine out and forward through high plank, upward facing dog. Exhale brings you back. into downward facing dog. Beautiful work, you guys. Inhale, lift the heels high. Softly lower knees to earth. Find a child's pose, but let it be active. Pulse your hips back a few times. Press it into the palms. Bounce a little bit here. Breathe. The rest is coming, I promise. And then from here, make your way back into a tabletop position. Press into your left hand. Inhale, twist your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath the left. Right shoulder comes down, left arm can reach forward. Threading the needle. Breathing here. What are your feet doing? If they moved a little left, a little right, if they come close together, see if you can let them be at the same width apart as your hips. See if you can pull your hips back equally. Breathe into the twist. One more breath in. As you breathe out, left hand to earth, underneath left shoulder. Inhale, threads the right arm back up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand lands, push into it. The inhale takes the left arm high. And the exhale threads it under, finding your thread the needle side to. Adjust the right hand as needed or as you like to. Maybe sometimes it's nice to kind of crawl your right hand to the left a little bit and then notice your feet so you can kind of get them in line with your knees, your hips. See if you can pull your hips back kind of equally. Just breathe. Does it feel good? And then when you've finished, right hand slides back underneath right shoulder and the inhale takes the left arm high. Exhale, left hand to earth. Sit back towards the heels, have a seat. And then from here, you guys, if you like to take a Shavasana, feel free, but I'm going to close out. Whew. From here, you guys, if you like to take a Shavasana, feel free to lay down and stay there for as long as you wish. If you want to close out the practice with me, find a seat, any seat. Clear your system with an exhale, empty your lungs. Deep inhale. Find the top. Exhale. Find the bottom. Deep inhale. Find the top. Exhale. Find the bottom. Deep inhale. Find the top. Exhale. Find the bottom. Last one. Deep inhale. Find the top. Long exhale. Find the bottom. And then let the breath rebound as you find your own natural rhythm. And then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Take a moment for yourself. Bring your hands to heart center. It feels nice. A moment for gratitude for bringing yourself onto your mat today. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. Until I see you again, have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.